welcome to the realities of real estate and more. I am your host, Abiso Lombo. Today I'm going to be speaking about how one can become a property practitioner in South Africa. The regulations are quite different from your UK and your America, right? First things first, we need to get the terminology correct. In South Africa, we call them a property practitioner, formerly known as a real estate agent, right? As you may or may not know, in 2022, there's quite a lot of legislative changes which occurred, which saw some shift happening in the regulation of the property market. So let's get into the qualification procedure, right? So I've decided I want to become a property practitioner. How do I get there? So the first things first, do I need a degree? No, you don't need a university degree. All you need is your matric certificate. So once you have your matric certificate, you go and find any agency in wherever the nearest agency that you have in your area, and you say you want to become a property practitioner, right? So a matric certificate is an NQF level 4, right? So they'll not all of them will accept you, but okay. So once you've found an agency, they say yes, we're taking on new property practitioners. Now you are a property practitioner. They will issue you with an FFC license, which is a Fidelity Fund certificate, which allows you to trade and receive commissions as a property practitioner. But the limitation of that, because you are a candidate property practitioner, is that you cannot, I need to fact check this, you cannot sign deals on your own. You need a principal overseeing them. Right, let's move on. So now you are a candidate property practitioner. How do I become a principal property practitioner where I can do my own deals and I can open up my own agency so that I can receive 100% of the commission, right? So in your state of being a candidate property practitioner, you have to work a 12 months internship. In this 12 months of your internship, you are going to be required to keep a portfolio of evidence, which you submit to the Property Practitioners Regulatory Authority, which was formerly known as the State Agencies Affairs Board, right? This is a collection of practical things that you're going to be learning on the job. These are prescribed by the Property Practitioners Regulations Authority. So a good agency is going to give you that education sort of workshop by workshop. A bad agency is going to let you do it on your own and figure it out, right? So which is why it's important actually to choose a very good agency that has your best interests at heart, right? That you have a 12, okay, so now where are we? So you have an NQF, which level 4, which is your matric certificate. Now you're going to do your 12 months internship. Simultaneously, or whilst doing your 12-month internship, you also need to take an NQF level 4 in real estate, right? So some short course in real estate where they'll be teaching you various terms. But if you do have a university degree, so a university degree is a NQF level 7, right? So if you have an NQF level 7, you do get exempted for the NQF level 4 because you are at a higher level in terms of education standards, right? So you are able to get an exemption. But if you don't have a university degree, you will have to do the NQF level 4. They teach you about real estate, I guess. I don't have experience in it, so I can't necessarily tell you what happens in that course, but I do get it's more of real estate terms, mortgage, yeah, it's an NQF 4, it's a short course in real estate, basically. Right, so now you've done your NQF level 4 in real estate, you've done your 12 months internship, and you've completed your logbook. Now you're ready to register for an exam called the Professional Designation Examination. So this is the examination that's going to elevate your status from a candidate property practitioner to a principal property practitioner, right? So once you've submitted all of those things, you've served 12 months of internship, you are then eligible. They say you are eligible to write the PDE-4 exam, right? They call it the PDE-4 exam. Once you write your PDE-4 exam, you then become, and pass, very important factor, and pass, you then become a principal property practitioner, right? But now here is where it gets a bit tricky, right? So you become a property practitioner. There's a slight difference in a property practitioner and a principal property practitioner, in that there's an NQF level 5 that you also need to a short course essentially that you also need to do, right? So formerly, what was formerly known as a full status agent, that would have been you having written your PDE-4 and completed your NQF-4. So now you've done the 4s. So to get to the 5, right, so you need to complete now the NQF level 5. Again, if you have a university degree, which is an NQF level 7, you are eligible for an exemption, right? So if you have a university degree, they can exempt you for both NQF 4 and NQF 5, right? So you are now a property practitioner, and to become a principal, you then have to do the NQF 5. It's another short course that you have to do, and once you have that, you then become a principal. Now, when you are a principal, your commission is yours and yours alone, right? So when you're full state, so when you are a candidate property practitioner, your commission that you get on the sale or the leasing of a property is highly likely that it's going to be below 50%. So for example, you're selling a house worth R1 million, the commission on that house, which is, let's say, for just hypothetically speaking, let's say the commission was 10%. 10% of R1 million is 100,000. But in that 10% commission, there's a further split which happens between you and your principal. This is the person who oversees your transactions, and you have to work under this person in your 12-month internship, right? So that 100,000 is further split. And if you're a candidate property practitioner, it's highly likely that it's going to be split below 50%. So you probably will get 40 and the principal will get 60. But nowadays, some agencies are 50-50 or 50-50. So of that 100,000, you'll be getting 50,000, right? And then when you elevate your status and you become a full status agent, right? A full status agent, you still necessarily don't receive the full 100%, right? So if you're a full status agent, it depends on what commissions you've negotiated with your agency, basically. So if you're a full status agent, the split may be 60-40, so you get 60%. Again, same example, a R1 million house, 100,000 commission, 60-40, 60% of that would be 60,000 would be yours, and 40,000 would be going to your principal, right? So that's the distinction. And then when you become a principal, right? A principal is one who can work independently on their own, right? That means that you are now able to open up your own agency. When you are able to open up your own agency, you can get 100% of that commission. So R1 million house, 10% commission, that full 100,000 Rand is yours, as opposed to having to split it with your principal, right? So this is it's not as easy as it sounds, right? You have to complete these, sometimes these short courses are very tedious, that logbook is very strenuous. So some people were very content in staying as a full status agent. So you'd find that in the industry, you'd find that husband and wife They want an agency, or rather they purchase a franchise, and they have an agreement that the husband then becomes the principal, and then they take on the wife. So if it's the husband and wife running their own agency, essentially, or rather intrinsically, the wife is still getting 100% of the commissions, because it goes back to the business of which they own. So for many years, you'd find that a lot of agents would stay at full status, at full status or at intern, because they saw no use if in rand value it's still making the same sense, right? That's really how you become a property practitioner in South Africa. But of course, to maintain your status as a principal, you're going to have to also write within 2 years. Now they give you 2 years to write your PDE 5 exam, which is again your professional designation exam, for you to maintain your status as an agent. Right. Quick few tips that you might have not known about property practitioners in South Africa. You don't get a base salary. Most of them don't get a base salary. If you do get a base salary, you have a very nice principal. So then your next question is, how do I get a property to sell? Now that, my friend, is a story for another day. So again, it's easy to become a property practitioner, but staying as one, or rather remaining in this industry, is the most difficult part, because sometimes you go months on end without having sold a property, without even having had a mandate. Whew, it's a lot. Perhaps I'm actually going to make a video with what sellers and buyers need to know when it comes to selling and buying your home, and what agents do in order to get, or rather to canvas for properties. But I want to address something. Like, most people hate agents, all right? And I understand. You know what? I've been in the industry now for just over a year, and you know what? I understand. I totally get why people, they don't like property practitioners, they have a bad reputation, people just have had horror stories shared about property practitioners. Anyway, this has been Xabiso Lombo with the realities of real estate and more. If you've enjoyed this video, I ask you to please subscribe, share a few comments. Do you have a horror agent story? Let me know. Yeah, I'd love to know what your horror agent stories are. Maybe I'll do a video. Yeah, thank you.